America's Best Quarterback. We are just trying to make dreams come true, really. And I had a lot of dreams come true in my life by making it to the NFL. Not that I thought I could actually make it there. It was a lot of hard work, but now as I finished playing, I realized how much more or how much better I could have been if I would have really known the techniques. And they're not taught very well because there's not a lot of quarterbacks that have taken it to a high level to teach. But I really teach a lot about the proper alignment to throw accurately is key. And it's ABCs, the alignment, the balance not only before, but during and after the throw is key to throwing the ball accurately and throwing it how far you want it to go. So the alignment, the balance, and then control. We talk a lot about the control of the wrist. The wrist is a big deal. About people turn the ball backwards and let the ball go back in many different ways. But elbow control, hip control, all those alignment things that go into when you release your hip. And it's kind of like, I liken it to baseball swings and pitching. Right now we're trying to break a baseball player of some of the techniques of really how a baseball is thrown versus a football. And while some things are similar, there's vastly different things that go into throwing an oblong football with points on the end of it. And so sometimes we have to break the baseball side, or I at least give them the ideas of what the differences are so that they can tell what they can do on the baseball field and then what we're going to try to change out here. But the footwork is so important. I just read an article about Mark Sanchez, the new quarterback of the New York Jets, about how good his footwork is, and that's really key. If your foot placement is in a bad spot, it will put your hips in a bad spot to be able to make a throw, let's say to your left-hand side. If your feet are pointing one way but you want to throw the ball this way, you have a very low chance of being accurate or having your ball finish with power because your feet are in a bad position and it doesn't allow the hips to turn and be accurate and end up going straight. So there's a lot of things that go into actually being aligned properly throughout the drop and through the throwing motion, and then being balanced before, during, and after, and then a lot of control. The foot control, foot placement control, wrist, elbows, a lot of different things like that. So we're working on the technical aspects, and then as we go through America's Best Quarterback, the process and the schooling of it, we talk about all of the mental side of the game, about how you deal with cover 3, how you deal with cover 2, and what coverages work against them, why they will work, what the most dangerous defender is, who you're supposed to be concentrating on while you're throwing a certain kind of route. You know, and we talk a lot of times, coaches always say, don't look at the defender, don't look at the receiver and all that stuff. You know where your receivers are going, but you don't know what necessarily the defenders are going to do. But if you read the coverage properly through the safeties and the linebackers, you can know what the most dangerous defender will be based on the design of the offensive play. And then you can throw away from the defender. And if a play is designed well, then you have two players that one guy cannot defend out of a zone, and then you're successful because you throw it to the open guy. And that's what you talk about, taking what they give you. But we go through the whole mental progression as we go through the spring and the summer. So we work on the technical, physical aspects, but then we get into all of the mental aspects for understanding offense and understanding defensive strategies as well. So that's America's Best Quarterback in a long nutshell. Work with NFL players, college players, high school, and all the way down, even to junior high school. Usually, I don't start until they're at least 12 years old because that's when you can start really to grip the ball properly. If you can't grab the ball properly, you're not going to be able to release it properly. And usually at 12, kids are starting to get that gumption for really wanting to be a quarterback and willing to work for it. Because if you're not willing to work for it, there's not a real good reason for you to be out doing specialized training. But all the way up and all the way down, and I really feel like every quarterback at all times can continue to tweak little things to become better and better and better. But like I said, I sometimes will start at a younger age, depending after talking with the parents, but usually right around 12 and then all the way up to all pros. To me, specialized training is important, is just because so many people are into it so early now that you have a certain ability to play. I made it to the NFL with some good coaches. I don't want to take away the coaching that I got, but I got very little technical aspects of how to throw the ball properly. And I say this all the time. Jim Fossil, former head coach of the New York Giants, that's the one specific throwing technique that he helped me improve was my hip alignment to my throw, and I'm left-handed, so I would throw to the right side, and my hip alignment to the backside throws, where my ball would be accurate, but it would die off a little bit. And when I improved my alignment, then all of a sudden the ball started shooting out and finishing like it's supposed to. And there's so many things that you take a kid with a lot of athletic ability and the drive to be great, and then you refine the skills, and then they can get whatever they want out of life. And there's a lot of different guys that have had some specialized training and gotten success, and it helps their confidence. Even if they don't make it on the football field, it helps their confidence in life, and it also gives them a thought process that allows them to think in a way that they can not just, it's always just an A-B kind of a concept. They can go around it and think methodically about why something should happen in a certain way. So I think specialized training can benefit a lot of kids, but you've got to be willing to work hard and try to work away from the specialized coach as well, because just being here, if this is the only work you're going to do, it shows. And don't think that the coaches that are out there can't tell the difference of when a guy doesn't put in the time in between practices. But it can really benefit a kid from just a confidence standpoint, but then they can actually realize all the dreams that they've ever had.